Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We're across the pond in England this week, and two teams are hoping to show up for an international audience. Now let's go to Jim Nantz and Phil Simms for this Week 4 matchup.
Cowboys, Black Knights on EA Sports as we get ready for today's Week 4 matchup. Hello, friends. Jim Nantz along with Phil Simms. Partner, good to be with you today.
Yeah, good to be with you too, Jim. It's going to be a fun game to watch. Why? Because we have two teams that are desperate for a win, and desperation is awesome. And here's why. Because you have players that are going to play to the edge, and you have coaches who are going to be willing to take chances. When you put those two things together, man, you get a great game.
The Black Knights ready to get this action started. He had nowhere to go, and they deck him at the 16-yard line. So we've got a young quarterback with some experience stepping onto the field today for the first time.
Yeah, he's got a lot of talent, and it's just a matter of time until he takes that experience and matches it with all of his talent and becomes one of those guys that we say, hey, the game is going to hinge on him. I think he's very close to that.
1st and 10. Strong eye, handoff here. This run goes nowhere. Stopped for a loss of 4. And now we'll look at the Cowboys offense. This is an efficient group. Last week, turning the football over just once. Second down following the run. Browns lined up directly behind the quarterback here. Makes the catch.
The Cowboys, that time, they can't get big yards, but the throw and catch picks up a few, and this third down's much easier with this situation.
The Cowboys come out with a split backfield. 3rd and 8. Looks to his left. Finley's got the catch and the first.
The quarterbacks and receivers in this NFL now are so...
Offense lines up here. First down at the 25. Here's the handoff, and they'll run it. Second down here. Nickel formation for the defense here. Amaro's got it. First down. First down here after the completion. Offense lines up here. He'll stand back beyond the center in the gun. And he's tackled. Second and short. Set up screen. Pulls it in.
That was a nice job by the offense. It just puts them in a better position. Nice little throw and catch.
They're back at the line after that catch for a first down. Offense lines up here. And now on first down, they'll go back to the air. Has his man. Gains 20.
The defense thinks they have the guys to play man-to-man coverage down the field. Well, they didn't that time. The receiver made a nice little move, gets open, and a good throw by the quarterback.
The offense is set at the line for the first down after that completion. This play set up by the long gainer. Play fake. Looking across the middle. It's a touchdown.
What a throw by the quarterback for a touchdown. It was just really nice. He threw it beautifully, right on target. Touchdown.
The Black Knights with an extra point try on the way. The point after try is in the books. The Cowboys are ready to run back this kick. Brown's going to test the coverage here. And the tackle's made right around the 25-yard line. First down, offense readying for the snap. Finley's in the slot here for this play. Brown's going to secure the handoff out to the right. He's tackled at the 30. And now, here's the Black Knights defense. A week ago, they got to the quarterback on 5 occasions. And it's now 2nd down and 5 after running it on 1st down. Out of the shotgun. Finds Brown. And the tackle is made at the 41.
What a nice catch by the receiver. Getting past the yard markers, makes the catch, and gets the 1st down.
The Cowboys have turned into the cardiac kids. They won a tight one last week, but they trail in this one with time remaining.
You got to be cool under pressure, and I think this is a pressure situation. You got to make plays when it counts in situations just like this.
That's 2nd down coming up. The defense comes out in the dime. From the gun. And he's thrown to the ground.
There is nothing worse for a quarterback than have the pocket collapse. And that time they collapsed on his left side. There's nothing he can do, and he goes down for the sack.
Wide receivers are bunched up. The Cowboys snap it at the 36. Hits the ground and goes incomplete on the short throw.
Jim, when you get in these situations, there's not much you can do. 3rd and long, not easy to pick up 1st downs in these type of situations.
Signals right away, fair catch. Here's a quarterback who's been around for a long time, stepping onto the field for the first time today.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of success, and that's what you think of when you're a quarterback. You go out there, you think of good things. And when you've been in the league as long as he has, you've done a lot of good things. So there's no doubt he's confident.
The Cowboys come out in the nickel. On this passing down, the defense comes out in the nickel. 2nd and 6. He'll throw it over the middle. Amaro's got it. And a first. Tackle's made, and that'll move the chains. First down and 10. Handoff made. And that's a gain of 10. They're able to move the chains after that last run. Staying on the ground. Up the middle. Has the first down and a whole lot more. He's tackled right at the 31. We're through 1 quarter, and we'll take a short break as you're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Verizon. Never be without football.
The Black Knights will attempt to carry over that momentum after that huge play before the end of the first. Let's see how they back up the big play here. It's Douglas, and that's a gain of 13. They'll take the snap from inside the red zone. A week ago, they had a lot of success inside the 20. Back to the air here on first down. Gives himself up. Play number 6 coming up on this drive. Second down and 5. Throwing now to his left. Picks up 8 here. First down here after the completion. Offense lines up here. They're going back up top. Throw to the left. Makes the catch. Touchdown.
Well, it's first and goal. I think a lot of defenses are thinking run here, and so the offense, they call a nice play, very deceptive. They throw the football, and they get the easy touchdown pass.
Black Knights now will tack on the extra point. He made it. The Cowboys are ready to run back this kick. Brown's going to test the coverage this time. And they stop him from running it out to the 20. Nickel formation here for the defense. First down at the 20. The give. And that's a 2-yard gain. And now they'll try over again on second down. The defense comes out in the nickel. And he's forced to the ground.
That's a bad job by the offense that time. There's no doubt about it. The blitz by the defense, they do not do a good job of finding out where everybody's blitzing from. They let a guy come free, and that free blitzer, or as we call them, free runners, he gets the hit on the QB and takes him down.
Not far from a first down. They're going to go for it. Amaro's a tight end, but now shifted into the backfield. Always aware of the chains. He's got the catch, and he's got the first. They're back at the line after that catch for a first down. Split backfield here from the shotgun. Gets the handle here. He's brought down. And we knew, talking with both teams, how much the running game would be a focus today, and for good reason. Here's a running back doing tremendous things out there, as he has all year long.
I think that's what's really incredible. And if both teams do exactly what they wanted to do, the offense says we want to run it, the defense says we got to stop it. And how about the offense once again overpowering the defense?
And now seeing these first half numbers, we knew coming into the game it was a possibility, because this is one of the better passing attacks in the entire NFL, Phil.
Absolutely. It's one of the better ones in the NFL, and that's how they have built this football team, Jim. It's about the quarterback, the wide receivers, doing it through the air, and if they want to win games, that's how they have to get it done.
Let's see what they do on first down following that huge play. He'll fire it out to the left. That catch gives them a first down. They've come out in the first half and tried to get the football as often as possible in the hands of their top receiver.
Well, what we're seeing is so many ways to get the football to the wide receiver.
Touchdown.
Nowadays, so many kids, they grow up, they want to be wide receivers. I don't blame them. They're out there, they get to catch the football, they get to score touchdowns, they get to do dances, and you're not really allowed to hit them either. What a job.
The Black Knights lined up now for the point after. It's good. The Black Knights defense will now be ready to get on the field. Their offense moved the ball over 80 yards on that last drive. Really no answer for them on what was a very impressive drive. And they're all over him at the 18-yard line. The Black Knights come to the line with an empty backfield. They'll send it back to the quarterback out of the gun.
If they're going to take away all the receivers down the field, throw it short to your running back, and look what they can do in the open field. Nice run by the running back.
And now we reach the 2-minute warning here in the second quarter. Hill's going to get set in the slot for this snap. Offense lines up here. 1st and 10. Pulls it in. And Fitzgerald's tackled down at the 38.
Well, that basic slant route, Jim, is thrown and caught. It doesn't get a first down, but it was really well executed. The offensive line gave the quarterback time and sight lines so he could put the football on target.
And that's Lee in on the stop. Hill's lined up in the slot. Now 1st and 10. Looking for some daylight up the middle. And he's brought to the ground. It's now 2nd down. The Cowboys with a nickel look here on defense. Play fake. Out to the left. Gets it out for the completion. Brought down after a gain of 15. The Black Knights want to get their tight end involved early, and they have. Amaro's been called on, and he's delivered, Phil.
The coach's job is always find a way to move the football, and today they knew it. The tight end was going to be a big part of it. He has talent, and man, can he get away from the people covering.
He's going to get another carry. Picks up maybe 3. New set of downs now after picking up the first on the ground. The defense loading up on the line, getting set for this snap. They'll run it with him again. He breaks the play. He's in for the touchdown.
Nothing complicated here for my man. He's one of the top running backs in the NFL. He just uses power and speed and gets in the end zone.
The Black Knights lined up now for the point after. Driving extra point is good. The Cowboys, I'm sure, wanted to avoid giving up points on that drive just before the half. But now they'll have even a bigger hole to dig themselves out of in this one. The score's 28-7. He'll take it from the 1. The tackle's made right around the 25-yard line. The Cowboys break huddle and start their drive this time from the 25. And Nix, a receiver, in the slot. 1st down at the 25. And now on the draw. He's brought down at the 25-yard line. The Cowboys run the risk right now of having to abandon the running game. Browns had a really hard time of it, and right now his team with it behind knows they have to get him to step up.
Well, they do. You want your running back to step up, but when you see a running game struggle like we have seen so far here today, Jim, it always comes down to this. The offensive line is getting dominated, so there's no chance for the running back to get anything done. The offensive line, they've got to change up.
This is the Verizon Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's get ready now to take a look back at the first half. The Black Knights just want to get back out on the field as they've looked good last week, and now today, the Cowboys are just going to have to try and figure out a way to make a dent in this deficit. Midway through the first quarter, Fitzgerald's found on the quick pass, and this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. They strike first in the half. Black Knights take it early in the second. The quick pass and completion is made, and it leads to a touchdown. That puts them on top by 14. Black Knights lined up at the 48. Here we get a quick pass and completion, and he won't be brought down until he makes it to the 28-yard line. Later on the drive, completion will be made here to a wide open man, and this goes 20 yards for the score. That puts them on top by 14. Black Knights have it at the 2. They'll go to the ground and pound here. He caps off the 7-play drive with the score. Lead grows to 21. So that'll do it for us. We'll send you back down to the field where Jim Nantz and Phil Simms are on the call.
Gets out past the 20 and brought down at the 24. They face first down. Offense lines up here. Let's go! Screen. He makes the catch. In the end, it picks up only a yard. Now, as we look at these highlights, it's just been a highlight reel of great throws by the quarterback.
Yeah, we're seeing it all, aren't we? We're seeing the power throws, the throws down the field, the short ones, great touch, good decisions, off balance, you name it. This quarterback has done it today.
2nd and 8. They'll go ground. Gain maybe 5. And here's a stat line that comes as a surprise to no one, Phil. This running back getting it done once again on the ground.
No surprise, that is right. Listen, this team practices the running game. They are tough. That's why they get it done week in and week out.
The Black Knights clearly came into the week prepared to get their tight end involved again. Amaro's been huge in spots, making plays, and that's helped this offense tremendously, Phil.
Let's give the offensive coach some credit here, Jim. He found something he really likes against his defense. That's the tight end, and he keeps going to him.
Phil, today we've seen a running back who was putting up some big rushing totals.
Jim, sometimes I get tired of talking about the quarterbacks and wide receivers, how well they're doing. What a good change of pace to watch the game evolve around a running back. And, man, this guy is taking advantage of those opportunities.
The Black Knights snap it at the 36. He has the grab. Tackled at the 29-yard line. The offense is set at the line for the first down after that completion. Nickel formation for the defense here. They'll go ground. Middle. Fumble. This one's going back the other way. He stacked up at that point. Great job by the defense. The Black Knights snap it at the 41. Throws the pass. Taken down at the 39. Looking at the stats, this seems like the case of an adjustment being made from one week to the next, as this wide receiver has been heavily involved in the passing attack, Phil.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. It's been a great adjustment by the offense. They have new ways to get him open, and he is getting open and taking advantage of it.
He's brought to a halt. 2nd down now. 2 tight ends on the field here. They'll run it. Here's the handoff. Taken down at the 33. They come to the line on 3rd down. They did an excellent job of executing in these spots last week. The Black Knights take it from the 33. Trying to work that left side. Another 3rd down conversion. The offense continues to come through in the clutch. You love to see these players who can bounce back quickly in the league, and this quarterback has done this after a dreadful performance a week ago.
Yeah, you like to see players come back. I'll tell you what, Jim, if you don't bounce back, you know what happens to you. You go to the bench. But good for this guy. What a day he's having so far.
Brought down after a gain of 6. That short pass play picked up 6. It's now 2nd down and 4. Wide receivers stacked up on this play. Wide receivers are bunched up. The Black Knights lined up, bunch formation. On this passing down, the defense comes out in the nickel. Catch made, in on the stop. They are winning at the moment, and they can thank the play of their quarterback.
How about that? Even the fans are going to be happy with the way he played today. They're not going to be able to write anything bad about him because everything he did was top-notch. Decisions, throws, movement in the pocket. What a great day.
First and goal, handoff. Jones is an animal on that play.
Good job by the defense. They stopped the offense that time on first down. Now the defense is in a good situation.
Second and goal from the 8. Looking to the right side and throwing. End zone bound, and he's got the touchdown.
Tight ends are so valuable down on the goal line. They're able to maneuver inside. Easy to get defenders to run into each other to get open to score.
Count it. The Cowboys have been flat out manhandled so far. Perhaps their special teams unit can change the momentum of this one. They need something to go their way. The score's 35-7. Browns running this one out. Tackles made right around the 26-yard line. Offense lines up here. First and 10. Here's the handoff. That's a gain of 6. You see the matchup at running back, and while only one side has really been able to count on that run game, it's still a very close game.
Yeah, it is, Jim. Close game here, and also that can happen when you talk about run games. They're going to go up and down, and if you're having trouble running the football, then change the direction of your offense. Do something else.
Jones is there to take it down. First down here after the run. The quarter is about to end. One more play first. Just a quick drop back. Toss play. Jenkins in on the tackle. So 3 quarters in the books, and you're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back here in this lopsided game. They're able to move the chains after that last run. Hills in the slot. The final quarter begins with this snap. Picks up about 2. Looking ahead, the Black Knights will be on the road in New England next week, while the Cowboys will be playing at home next week. Nickel formation here for the defense. Second down and 8. It's Douglas. That picks up 7.
You must be very creative in the red zone when it comes to the passing game. Formations, movement, do whatever it takes to give your players an advantage. That time they get a nice play call, they throw the pass and complete it for a good solid pickup.
Third down after the completion. Offense lines up here. They'll run it here. This offense can't be stopped on third down no matter the distance. New set of downs now after picking up the first on the ground. Feeds him again. Goes to the left. Gains 5. The offense heads to the line for the 7th play of the drive. Ready to make the stop on the goal line. Loading up that defensive front. Second and goal from the 2. Well, I'll tell you, it's getting lovely out here.
When you got a lead, you march down the field and you add on to that lead with a touchdown. It's fun to watch the other team. Will they stay patient or will they panic? My bet is they'll panic.
The Black Knights with the PAT to come. Extra point was good. The Cowboys are ready to run back this kick. And he's across the 10, and that's about it. He's tackled at the 15-yard line.
Number 33.
It's a two tight end formation. First down at the 46. That's a gain of only a yard. Second down coming up.
Number 31.
An extra tight end on the field for this one.
Here we go.
Keeps it here. The Black Knights now move the chains. First down here after the completion. Double tight end formation. To the ground. Gains 11. First down here after the run. For this play, they'll go with two tight ends. They bring in the extra tight end. Keeps it here. What a hit, and the ball falls incomplete. Boy, that was some hit that time that knocked the ball out.
Yeah, it was a good hit, but listen, you can tell the receiver's expecting that big hit. I don't know why. You're going to get hit no matter what, so you might as well just go ahead and catch the football. Bad job by the receiver that time.
Gets it out for the completion. Nice tackle. Third down here. Offense trying to pick up the first. Loading up with extra defensive backs in the dime. Finds his mark. There's the offense picking up another first down on third down.
Once again, this offense in the red zone. This defense has been awful all day long. Can they bow their necks a little and show a little toughness and maybe stop them this time?
The blowout continues. Another touchdown.
If you go to an NFL practice, they spend about 40% of their time practicing plays going in to score. That's why they made it look so easy here. Nice throw by the quarterback on first and goal.
The Cowboys are ready to run back this kick. And they're all over him at the 18-yard line. Two tight ends on the field here. First down at the 23. Here's the handoff, and they'll run it. Left side.
Jenkins is just not an outside rusher. We see it right here. What a job showing that strength. Stays in position, and the run's coming outside, and he stops it for no gain.
The Black Knights take it from the 23. Got the completion. Tackle's made, and the first down is picked up. They're back at the line after that catch for a first down. It's a two tight end formation. An extra tight end on the field for this one. Scrambling out of the pocket. It's Douglas. That'll stop the play right there. 2 minutes remaining in the game. Just 2 minutes left of this one. We're back now for the end of the fourth quarter. Here's the first snap after the big play. After the long gain, let's see what they do here. Complete for the first. First down coming up. Double tight end formation. Staying with the passing game on first down. Sticks to his hands. And he's tackled some 3 yards away from a first down.
Well, once again, the offense is in the red zone. They got a big lead. I think it's up to this defense finally show a little toughness and try to stop him for once.
And he's taken down, but not until he picks up the first. For this play, they'll go with 2 tight ends. 3-step drop. No one was open.
The defense has got to be a little aggressive here. Your team is down. You've got to attack this offense. You don't want them to get in there and get another score.
The offense heads to the line for the 7th play of the drive. The defense comes out in the nickel. Hill's lined up now as a slot receiver. They'll hike it to him out of the shotgun. Another touchdown to increase the lead. And again with that touchdown on their latest drive, we have a quarterback zeroing in on the single game pass touchdown record.
Wow, I like his chances of getting it, don't you? The way they are playing on the offensive side, the way they're calling plays, and the way the quarterback is just throwing the football pinpoint, accurate, any type of pass you need, he comes up with it. This is fun to watch.
Brown's going to run this one out. And the tackle's made right around the 26-yard line. Offense lines up here. They bring in the extra tight end. The Black Knights have it at the 34. Gets his feet down right near the chalk.
This offense has been spectacular today, Jim. Here they are in the red zone again. Hey, listen, if I was them, I'd go ahead and try to score.
The offense is set at the line for the first down after that completion. 2 tight ends on the field here. Looking to go up top again on first down. And they score again here to pad the lead. Phil, this quarterback is in the midst of a special, historic game.
Well, Jim, we've just seen him tie the record for the most touchdown passes in a game. Now, the way they're going, he is really playing. It's incredible. That's the only thing you could say. They're moving the football well. This record absolutely is in jeopardy.
Extra point is good. The Black Knights have their defense to thank for those points. That interception setting up the score that the offense was able to finish off. Just across the 20 and tackled at the 21. Bill, before we go, how about a little chat about how much this win means?
Well, you know, Jim, let's look at it this way. It was just a nice win. It keeps your confidence up, and it just gives you a little energy to go out next week and try to accomplish it again.
What a memorable game this truly was. For Phil Simms, Danielle Bellini, and Larry Ridley, Jim Nance saying so long for now, and we leave you with the GMC Never Say Never moment of the game.